Kibale National Park in western Uganda is home to the greatest concentration of primate species in East Africa and the best place to see endangered chimpanzees. In the morning, our Ugandan tracker shows us the way to the chimps of the Kanyantali or Kanyanchu community. We find them by knowing where they nested the previous night and by listening for their calls. The chimps spend their morning high up in the trees. All we can see is the silhouettes of their movements against the bright sky. The group was amazed at just how high up in the trees the chimpanzees were. They are so athletic and even comfortable at 50 metres up. Most of the morning is spent looking for food before the heat sets in. As it comes to midday, the chimps build day nests or move to the cooler ground. Our view of the chimps is great as we watch from a safe distance of 9 metres, which protects them, our closest relatives, from any human diseases, colds, flus, or other viruses we might be carrying unknowingly. In the middle of the day, it is far too hot to move around too much, so the chimpanzees rest. Sometimes they check their hair for bugs and little bits of dirt. Almost falling asleep. As the heat passes in the afternoon, they're back on the move to look for more food. Although chimpanzees hunt and eat meat now and then, their diet centres around seasonal fruit, but they also eat leaves or terrestrial herbaceous vegetation. A mother and her child also go in search of their next meal. The youngster, still too small, catches a ride on its mother's back. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a male attacks the mother. This is just a part of the soap opera of daily chimpanzee community life. Again, we follow them to watch them feed and rest and interact with each other. As the evening approaches, these chimps hear other chimps calling from near the boundary of their territory. This means possible intruders. They quickly leave the trees, sliding down the trunks. The chimps go into patrol or war mode, falling in together and moving towards the potential enemy. We follow as if we are members of their tightly knit group, led by Flop, the beta male. They move at our sides with little concern for our presence. They stop briefly, listening intently for more sounds of possible intruders before moving on again. The atmosphere is electric in the dimming light. They move in unison. When one stops, they all stop mid-stride. They are so graceful and move so silently, while we try not to trip over, crashing along behind them. In the end, they don't find intruders, so they call loudly and drum on tree buttresses, stating their claim to their territory. They spread out around us, moving peacefully back into the core of their territory. Darkness sets in and the chimps begin their evening calls. They end their day in comfortable new nests in the treetops, ready to begin a new night and day, while we head back to camp by torchlight.